for those of you listening on the pod.
I can't believe you made it over, but welcome in hour 2.
Dude.
All right, Quay Walker. Another part of the Packers Wire. I believe Zach Cruz reported on this too, if I remember correctly. Maybe he works for Packers Wire, but it was that Quay Walker extension talks were Mrs. Green with the zinger tonight. Oval Office merch. We need to put some Oval Office merch in our what's the name of that? We got a merchandise store. I haven't checked it in a while. We might be millionaires.
I'll put that name in my mouth right now.
There's like 40 orders waiting to get processed.
No, it automatically fills it. If someone ordered something, they get it shipped. I'm just saying I might go in there and the balance be I don't know what it might be. They may say, hey, we shut you down because you owed us money.
Yeah, right.
That could happen. So anyway, a part of the other contract news that was breaking, Quay Walker extension talks. And again, same format, not going to read an article word for word or multiple articles. We just had it compile the information. Here's what we got, context and performance. Quay Walker, the 2022 first-round pick, number 22 overall, is also entering the final year of his rookie contract in 2025 with no fifth-year option exercise, making him a free agent in 2026. Walker has been a starter since his rookie year, playing 43 games over 3 seasons and recording at least 100 tackles annually. However, the article notes consistency issues as Walker has not fully met expectations for a first-round linebacker. I think all that's pretty accurate reporting there. Despite declining his fifth-year option, the Packers view Walker as a, quote, core player in defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley's scheme, valued for his athleticism, size, and versatility. So fifth-year option decision, right? The Packers declined Walker's fifth-year option, which would have guaranteed $14.7 million. Gutekunst explained that the options cost was inflated because the NFL groups off-ball linebackers like Walker with 3-4 outside linebackers who command higher salaries and option calculations. I feel like we reported on that pretty extensively when the process was taking place. Goody stated, the only reason we didn't do the fifth-year options is a lot of the outside linebackers are calculated into that number, so it didn't make a lot of sense, end of quote. This decision reflects a strategic choice to pursue a cheaper multi-year extension rather than commit to a higher guarantee figure for 2026. Now, Goody's latest comments said he expressed high expectations for Walker's, quote, my expectations are really, really high. He, suggested he's got confidence in Walker's potential to improve in his fourth year, and I think specifically in Jeff Hafley's defense being in year 2. He confirmed ongoing extension talks. Quote, we're going down that road with him as well to see if we can make that happen as well. This indicates the Packers are prioritizing a long-term deal to retain Walker at a lower cost than the fifth-year option. The article also emphasized Walker's fit alongside 2024 second-round pick Edgerrin Cooper and all-rookie selection, noting their combined athleticism, pass rush ability, and coverage skills. I'm glad that it mentioned that because they really do mirror each other. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like they're cut from the same exact cloth. They've got the same skill sets. It's just right. Edgerrin Cooper seems to process a lot faster than Quay at this point.
Doubled our speed on the inside. And again, they only played one game last year together. That was the Eagles playoff game. The only game they started together.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. So that's pretty much what it came down to. Now it says defensive outlook with Walker and Cooper, Hafley's defense. There's great potential of Walker and Cooper as a tandem in Hafley's defense, which emphasizes speed and versatility. Goody said, quote, really having those two guys on the field at the same time, the athleticism, the size that brings the ability to rush the passer, the ability to cover. I think those two guys are going to work well off each other as we move forward. It sounds like everything Goody's saying, he has Quay in the future plans, right? And you guys know how I feel about Quay Walker. I think he's an athletic freak. To me, the negative aspect of his game is he doesn't process quick enough. Like if he gets that down, which is crazy because a rookie in Edgerrin Cooper came in and just bang right off the bat, that dude is wasting no time. But it is worth mentioning, he got criticized, Cooper did, by both Hafley and Matt LaFleur for being in the wrong places, even though he made the play. So it's like, maybe Quay is doing exactly what they're telling him to do, and Cooper's just like going straight Willie Beeman out there. Flush it, Coach D'Amato. I'm just gonna go out here and make this play type thing, right? So, and the fact that obviously Coop put on 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason is just crazy.
Yeah.
Shake it sound like you. I ain't heard you that excited since they had the breakfast buffet over at the office, bro.
Well, I mean, the only thing that can excite me more than Edgerrin Cooper of last year is Edgerrin Cooper plus 20 pounds of human meat muscle,
Heard it from a fan right here.
Nick.
Muscle. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
The Packers confirm have roughly, $49 million in 2025 cap space, 13th in the NFL, bolstered by Jair's release. We talked about that. Goody focused on Tom and Walker. Reflects a strategy of looking in young talent before free agency, a priority after losing players like Aaron Jones and Alexander in recent years. So it's got a little offseason timeline there as well, talking about the negotiations. Zach Tom, a no-brainer, obviously, PFF pass blocking grade of 87.2 in 2024, make him a top 10 right tackle, essentially for protecting Jordan Love in a pass-heavy offense. His extension is a, quote, top priority, as noted in the recent analysis due to his rising market value and the scarcity of elite tackles. I will tell you one thing that I'm really noticing, gang, is with so many teams playing their best pass rusher off the left edge from the defense's perspective, right tackles are becoming just as valuable as left tackles now for right-handed quarterbacks. So it's funny how the league kind of evolves. You know, for the longest time, your best pass rusher on the blind side, therefore your best pass blocker needs to be on the blind side. And now they're putting their best pass rusher on the weaker tackle, and now teams are starting to pour that money into right tackle a little bit more than they have in the past. I love the way the league is just constantly changing. Slow negotiations, these things take time, suggest potential hurdles such as disagreements over guarantees or contract length. Tom's camp may push for a deal rivaling top tackles. Tristan Wirfs, $25 million average annual value, while the Packers aim for a cost-effective figure closer to 15 to 18. If we get him for 15 to 18, boys, I'm telling you, I'm going to dance around the trailer park. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be absolutely awesome. Securing Tom ensures stability at right tackle, complementing left tackle Rasheed Walker, and new center Elton Jenkins. We haven't even mentioned that. The versatility with Zach Tom, too. I don't see how they get him for less than $20 million, guys.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I hope it happens, but I don't know. Walker, calculated risk. We kind of talked about everything up to this point. A cost-effective deal for Walker would be 4 years, $40 million, $20 million guaranteed. So that would essentially be a 3-year deal for $20 million is what it would come down to. A 4-year deal, that's really just a 3-year deal. If you go with a 3-year deal at $10 million per, you're probably looking at closer to 16, 17, maybe $18 million in guarantee. And you would obviously a 3-year deal would be a 2-year deal. Would maintain defensive continuity while allowing the Packers to allocate cap space elsewhere, such as to a veteran cornerback post Alexander. So let's go around the horn with it. Any thoughts triggered in your guys' mind? Anything at all?
I don't know. I just don't see it. Let's pay Tom. Let's if we can get Quay on a deal. I just don't.
Would you do it for 10, Emilio? 10 million per
For
Quay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. The cap's going up by what, 30 next year or something like that. What's a couple million here and there, like on the side for a linebacker? I mean, yeah, because Coop's going to get paid if he keeps playing like that. We're going to have to pay him no matter what. But if you can get Quay on a deal and then Quay still keeps improving, getting better, then you got him on a deal in 3 years. It looks like you got a bargain for him.
Do you think you could try to? Because like Emilio said earlier, I more want to see what's possible with Quay and Coop, and then insert whoever a third linebacker is consistently, whether it's Quay or Coop when we're in that kind of nickel. I don't know, man. Would you be willing? If they give him a 3-year, $30 million with 15 guaranteed, I'd be okay with that.
Like, what was that number again, Jacob?
A 3-year, $30 million, 15 guaranteed. Like, I'd be cool with that. I'd be completely cool with that. And I think that would be a
loaded with incentives.
Loaded with incentives. I feel like if that would be a good enough contract where that's not offensive to Quay. I think that's definitely incentive based where he could make some money, but it's also doesn't break the bank and give us maybe a 2-year out kind of thing. Where if we see that him and for whatever reason him and Coop, they're just not meshing together well. Quay looks like he's a little sloppy. Cut bait after that first year. You know what I mean? But I think that would be in the ballpark where I'd be happy.
Yeah, because essentially what it turns into when people hear that, they go, man, 10 million per, is he really worth 10 million per? You're not going to end up paying him 10 million per if it doesn't work out. And if it does work out, you're going to be going, heck yeah, 10 million per is well worth it, because again, as you mentioned, Emilio, that cap going up, linebacker, stack backer money is going to go up too, right? So get ahead of it a little bit, right?
And what's the difference between 10 and 8? Like, if you had to get it under double digits, like what going to matter in 3 years that you didn't get them on $6 million?
Jacob, tell her to go back to sleep.
Get ready to go.
Emilio was over here breaking it down here.
What? Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
You've been giving that dog cheese. What's he mad
must be
about?
the floodlight Jacob's got coming in from his window right there.
Somebody's running a buzzsaw outside that's making a high pitched whir, and he just wants to
He's
sing
letting
along.
them know, bro. We're trying to do a podcast in here. Jesus.
Luca said Quay's going to take 10 milli. He agrees.
That's right.
There you go. Sign him up. All right. Holmes said, what the hell's going on over there? I
Right. Don't forget to like while you're at it. While you're listening to those sounds, hit that like button.
Jacob, thank you for muting there. Let us know when it's over. This is a good time to say, hey, guys, if you want to support what we do here at Packers Total Access, go to our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to everything on the site. It's just, like I said, a way for us to provide extra content, and you guys support what we do here. We're going to be doing a giveaway this Saturday, all right? For anyone who's in the $3 tier, which is the cheapest tier we got there, everybody's name is going to be entered into the giveaway. We're going to spin the wheel of names and give away an autographed Luke Musgrave rookie card. All right. So we got that one. Nice little shiny one. No, Emilio, stop looking at it. You're not entered into the contest. All right. So if you want to join the Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. Something we're going to do on there too is I went through and compiled a bunch of information within the AI database and put in a bunch of Curly Lambeau stuff from his books that were wrote on, like The Man Behind the Mystique, this and that. And we're going to have like these little articles put together where we ask Curly Lambeau, hey, what was it like coaching Johnny Blood, right? And it's Curly Lambeau based off of the database that has all the information about his life and everything. And he's going to write an article. He is going to write an article describing what it was like coaching John McNally. That article's already up at Patreon. We're doing the same thing. Don Hudson's is already up. So it's a cool little creative way to tap into Packers history. And maybe how would Curly Lambeau have talked about those guys if he was still alive today? So I thought that'd be kind of cool. That's just some other creative stuff that we're doing in there.
So what, Buckets is on a break, or where did he hit the island, or
Buckets Goldenberg re-enlisted.
Which island Which island you talking about, Emilio? I didn't think that list had dropped yet. What are you talking about?
Oh, jeez.
Unbelievable.
How dare you?
Now Buckets, I think Buckets got promoted. He's no longer with us.
Oh, okay. All
with a
right.
better gig. So, yeah. I think as soon as AFM's mom showed up, Buckets left. That's what happened. Okay. So he got out of town. Jordan Love. Let's talk a little Jordan Love. That sound good, guys?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Is he good now, Jacob? We good over there, bro?
He's chilling.
All right. There you go. You heard it from a fan right here.
You heard it
Must have
from a
been a
fan right
D-Wall.
here.
That was probably the problem, Jacob. It didn't have Milwaukee,
Probably, yeah.
Humming wrong. Yeah, I got you.
All right, so I seen this image drop across Twitter earlier today. Charles McDonald's top 10 quarterbacks entering the 2025 NFL preseason. I want to get your all's take on it because Jordan Love lands in the top 10 on this cat's list here. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Number 5, Justin Herbert. Number 6, Matthew Stafford. Number 7, Dak Prescott. Number 8, Geno Smith. That one really caught me off guard. But number 9, Jordan Love. And then rounding out the top 10 is C.J. Stroud. We put a poll question up. You guys make sure you go vote here on YouTube. Where would you rank Jordan Love amongst all other NFL quarterbacks? The choices are top 5, top 10, top 15, or top 20. Right now on YouTube with 69 votes. I know Jacob gets excited about that. Top 10 is leading the way at 71%. So 71% of our YouTube viewers believe Jordan Love is officially a top 10 quarterback in the league. In second, tied at second place is top 5 and top 15 at 12%. And then top 20 is coming in at 6%. We also did the same poll on Twitter, which will have a lot more votes. We'll get into that here in a second. I want to go around the horn with it, though. Jacob, we'll start with you. where would you rank Jordan Love amongst NFL quarterbacks? And listen, this isn't like we're going to hold your feet to the fire and make you accountable for this all year.
Right.
You asking, or Emilio said, right. Just right off the bat, somebody says, where would you rank Jordan Love? Where would you put him, Jake?
I would say honestly that's probably a pretty good ranking. Number 9. I think he's top 10. Definitely probably in that I'd say 8, 9, or 10 range. I don't think that number 9 is a bad ranking whatsoever. I think that if he's on his game, firing at all cylinders, he's a top 5 quarterback. But just in general, I think that it's fair to say that he's number 9. Sounds about right to me, to be honest.
Got it. All right.
I'm going to disagree a little bit.
Oh, Tim, what do you got, man?
First of all, Dak Prescott and Geno Smith 7 and 8 on this list is
with no Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, dude, that's laughable. That's laughable. I would move Stafford to 5th. I would move J Love to 6th, and I'd put Herbert after J Love, and then bump Prescott and Geno down there. Maybe even arguably even move. You could even put Dak at 10 and put Geno at 9.
I think Herbert deserves to be farther down.
Or Herbert, hell, even CJ Stroud. But I think it's fair that he's in the top 10, which is awesome. But you know me, I'm a J Money fan. I believe he's teetering around that, that entering that top 5 range when he's 100%, obviously, which we'll get to see this season. So we might be having a totally different conversation after the 2025 season when we do the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. But I think this is, to Jacob's point, I think it's fair. I mean, I'm going to be a homer and I'm going to want Jordan a little higher, but I don't see a world where he's not a better quarterback or as good as a Dak Prescott or a Geno Smith, honestly.
I mean, that's where because it's weird to me that there's no Brock.
Where's Jalen Hurts? Where's
even Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield to me deserves. Jaden Daniels deserves to be there.
Of course, everybody can't be in the top 10.
Right. But I mean, if you remove some of these guys that,
so let's do it. What quarterbacks would you add to the top 10? Let's list those off real quick.
I think Baker Mayfield has to be in there.
All right, there's one.
Well, Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl.
There's 2.
We're talking about entering the season. Yeah.
Jared Goff. I mean, honestly, Jared Goff.
Okay,
you watch your language, young man.
If he said it, we're putting it on the list, right? Everybody chime in. Anybody else?
Jaden Daniels already.
We didn't say Jaden Daniels yet. So
Jared Goff had almost 5,000 yards passing last year, almost 40 interceptions and 40 touchdowns and 15 interceptions.
Right. Let's get
quarterback rate of 108.
Yeah, let's get Caleb on the list too for sure.
Get out of there.
AFAM says Tony Romo. All right, so we got 5 now, or no, 4 now. Anybody else? Nobody said Brock Purdy yet. Y'all think Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback?
He got paid like one.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Put him on the ticker.
All right, so that's 5. Now, let me ask you, with this list, take 5 of these quarterbacks off and replace them with the guys we just listed.
Geno, Dak,
CJ,
Stroud,
maybe CJ,
Herbert.
Stroud, yeah.
CJ and Herbert. So Herbert's not top 10?
No.
Wow. Okay. So that's 4. Give me one more. It's tough, right? And really, the reality is there's probably 2 or 3 in the top tier, and then you got about 10 that are probably in the same tier, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why when you do top 10, it gets tough. And I know people are roasting this guy over the list. They're probably roasting him in the chat as well. It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to just go, all right, these are the top 10, because after you get past, to me right now, I would have to say it's Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow are towards the top. Now, I'm not saying all 4 need to be in the top tier, but those are the 4 that kind of separate themselves.
Right.
Then you got about 10 quarterbacks.
All in the AFC, too.
Right. Now, with Jordan Love, if we remove the second half of the 2023 season, if we remove that, I believe we would be saying Jordan Love is outside of the top 20. But when you add in that second half of the 2023 season, it's like, yeah, you can make a case he's top 10. So with that being said, along with the injuries should never be an excuse, but it's the reality of what happened last year. I think I would probably put Jordan somewhere around, somewhere between 9 and 13, something like that. is what I could see. And again, he's probably in that second to third tier. He'd be at the very top of the third tier or towards the bottom or maybe mid of the second tier. Now, if he goes out this year and does what I think he can do, we're going to be talking about him being a top 5 quarterback. I believe that. I think he's going to be even better than he was in his best point last year, because again, it's not like he had a horrible year last year. He had some timely interceptions, don't get me wrong, but he also had a receiving core, had a lot of drops. We've talked about that. Matt LaFleur said they made mental errors as well. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun year. Now let's go to the poll question here and see what everyone said on Twitter. We already talked about the YouTube poll. Appreciate everybody voting there. And on X, over on Twitter, it is top 10. Guys, we've got 149 votes over there right now. 56.4% of the voters say top 26% say top 15. 14% say top 5. And then only 2% say top 20. So it seems like
that was AFAM and that 2.7% there. Top
and all his burner accounts, right?
Yeah, all his burner. Yep.
So again, man, that kind of surprised me because X is usually kind of, I don't know, it feels like there's more people who will they'll look at Packer fan in my name and go, well, I'm voting the worst one. You know what I mean? You get a lot of those that trickle in.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that top 10 kind of ran away with it, man, it gives me a lot of hope. It really does.
Yep.
And again, if you just couple the top 10 and top 15, like just saying, hey, look, he is a top 15 slam dunk, then you're looking at what, 82%, not 83% of the vote say he's at least top 15. So
would he be top 5 on just NFC quarterbacks?
Ooh, that's a great question, man. Let's go. I already closed that one list out. I'm trying to think who do you think are the top quarterbacks?
Dak, Jaden, Jalen
Hurts,
Love, Stafford.
You got to put
Matt
Baker
Stafford,
on here.
Brock Purdy,
Baker.
Jacob
Baker, I hardly knew him.
Yeah, Jacob. We got Baker, bub. We got him on the list.
Y'all just listed 7, so we're already
43 touchdowns last year. Come on,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's even tough getting him top 5 in just NFC quarterbacks.
I like Baker just for what he did in college, to be honest with you. Like when the Kansas captains refused to shake his hand and he let them have it and then made his little gesture on the sideline. And then, of course, he planted the flag. Where did he plant the flag? Was that Ohio State that he planted the flag? Right in the middle of the field? I'm trying to think of where he did that at.
So,
but anyway, he's just one of those dudes. Drew D's coming in hot here, Jacob.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. He's not a top quarterback, LOL. He literally was a top quarterback in yards and touchdowns and interceptions.
Oh, what a rebuttal. He literally.
We're going to give him some.
Y'all cracking me up, man. Oh, man. Baker's one of those dudes that I thought he was a real deal when he was in Cleveland. And then all of a sudden he bounced around the league, and I was like, I guess he ain't, man. There ain't no teams that want to give him a chance. And I'm with Jacob on how he played last year, man. He was man.
Baker's a dog, man.
He is, man. He is. He's definitely one of those dudes that his teammates want to play for him. You hear you won't hear any teammate that's not named Odell Beckham Jr. say anything negative about Baker Mayfield. And OBJ was the beginning of the slide there for sure.
Yeah, 4,700 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Come on, guys.
Come on,
top tier.
This isn't Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. I bet you've heard that 1,000 times up there on the Minnesota border, ain't you, Jake?
Oh, I hate that guy so much, Paul.
Everybody does. Join the club.
Adrian Peterson rushes ahead for a loss of 1.
Which, by the way, Adrian Peterson's in the news. You guys see that?
I was just going to ask, did you see him getting in a fight?
I thought it was Tim at the craps table there at first. I was like, Tim,
man, you know I'm a poker player, man. I don't shoot dice. Come on now.
Put the fists away. What's he doing? Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It's all over X.
Well,
I mean, Adrian Peterson
can't beat on nobody no more.
Hey, that. Jeez, okay, let's edit that out. Golly.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
See, Coach Lynn says AP almost got knocked out. My man was sticking and moving, dude. He had a couple jabs, a couple like he was looking good, right? The AP's opponent, who was obviously unnamed. But I did notice with AP, he just kept coming, boy. He just kept pushing forward. Finally, that dude ran out of room to run, and he was pinned against the wall. It was like, somebody better break this up. AP going to twist his head off his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Because that dude,
remember the way he ran with the football? I mean, it was like a gallop that he just like with the whole head and everything.
Yeah, I love that the chat is dropping right. Coach Lynn dropping in, and then Brambo says AD got pieced up. He said he's carrying his left a little low. That could have hurt him in the later round. You know what I mean? Just kind of the whole thing here. I love it. 2-0 for this says, please don't make me think of Paul Allen Jacob. He's the worst part of living in Minnesota, other than the rampant drug use, of course. Wow, that escalated quickly. Glad this is a family show. Yeah, I'm with you, Holmes. That's kind of how I seen it. Dude ran. Dude got the heck out of there. He just kept moving back. Like, stand your ground, man. Hit him with a 2-piece and throw the fries in the bag, call it a night. You know what I mean? Why you got to keep backing up like that? I think he realized after about the third punch he threw on him, he's like, oh, crap, this is Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, bad idea.
I think he immediately went back to AP running over that Pittsburgh Steeler. Was that who he ran over? Remember when he just flattened him? What year was that? I think it was the year after he came back from the ACL, which he might have broke the world record for coming back from ACL the quickest. But anyway, what does this have to do with Jordan Love? Absolutely nothing. Anything else on the Jordan Love ranking there, fellas? Anything at all?
Holmes is going to edit that Edrin Cooper picture and put Adrian Peterson on it now. His horse picture that he's got going around the chat.
That horse picture is just off the chain. All right. Let's move along to a little bit of news here as the training camp schedule was released. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. We went ahead and uploaded it into the Patreon group, so you got quick access to it there. I don't know why I did that, but let's zoom back out. Here we go. Tim, jot these down, sir. I know you already got one printed over at your house, don't you?
You know it, baby.
Get ready to go.
Here's the calendar. If you guys want to freeze frame it, pause it, whatever. This is over on Packers.com. It's all over Twitter as well. Obviously, training camp looks like it's going to open up on the 21st, I believe. But the first open practice is going to be 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday, July 23rd. Now, we also listed the important dates, Tim. If you'll notice, too, in the media assets section, we've actually got both of these images in there for quick reference if you guys ever need them and I'm not here. But here are the important dates on the preseason calendar. July 18th, quarterbacks, rookies, and injured players report. So, guys, we are officially less than 1 month from the quarterbacks, rookies, and injured players reporting for training camp. We made it.
We made it.
Now, also on July 18th, the Packers 1K Kids Run, kids 10 years old and younger. That's going to be presented by CareSource at 6 p.m. If you guys got kids in the Green Bay area, obviously that's going to be a fun event.
1,000 miles for the children? That's too far.
They got a carb load. I know that, man. They better got their carb load. Saturday, July 19th, the Packers 5K run / walk. I love that they put that walk in there for people like me. Like, hey, you can walk it if you want to.
You can walk over to a food truck.
walk over to 1919 Kitchen and Tap and go and get you some beer cheese soup and some cheese curds and a nice cold bruschetta and stare out the window overlooking Oneida at the people running the 5K. Look at them go. That's what I'd be doing. So that's going to be, it looks like it's presented by Amplify, by Bellin Health, Lambeau Field, 8 a.m. on Saturday, July 19th. Tuesday, July 22nd is when the veteran players report. So again, quarterbacks, rookies, injured players on the 18th, veterans on the 22nd, and then the first practice will be July 23rd at 10:30 a.m. at Ray Nitschke Field, obviously if it's weather permitted. Friday, July 25th is the shareholder meeting. Tim, are you going to go to that?
I go every year. Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
We need some kind of something for it. It's going to be early in the morning though, right? Or is it? No, it's 3 p.m. Yep. If I'm not working that day, maybe we can do a live stream and you can just kind of feed us reports, through text message or whatever.
Absolutely.
You can get some good pictures and stuff. That'd be fun to have you boots on the ground over there. So.
Definitely.
Strap a GoPro to Tim and just send him in there.
2 days now. They started that last year. So you got camp. We've got camp practice that day as well. And then the shareholders meeting right after. So it'll be a long day.
Mrs. Green says, Tim, take me to the meeting this year. Tim said, no, this is business only.
I only got one pass. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, absolutely. I will take the missus this year for sure.
Hey.
Take her out to lunch or dinner after, Tim. That's a perfect date right there.
There you go.
Chris the Casual Win says, love Tim as a reporter on the scene. You got to give the Buckets Goldenberg voice while you're out there. Tim, you know what I mean?
Reporting live from training camp 2025.
You got to wear a fedora and just walk around with an unlit cigar. That's right.
Say it's a baby. See, yeah, it's a baby.
Can't smoke anywhere nowadays.
All right, so the shareholder meeting, 3 p.m. Lambeau Field. That's July 25th. Saturday, August the 2nd is going to be family night. Again, Saturday, August the 2nd. We will be doing a live stream right here, watch party. We can't put it on the screen, but as everybody's watching, we'll be bringing you updates. We'll be following X reports, people showing videos on there. It'll be a lot of fun. It's just going to kind of kick off the entire thing. I can't believe this is right around the corner.
Real quick before we move on to the next date. Also, Saturday, August 2nd, Sterling Sharp enshrined in Canton, Ohio in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So big day for Packer fans all around. Congratulations once again to Sterling Sharp going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do something that night as well. Well, it's going to be family night. We'll be doing the live stream. Probably have the Hall of Fame over here, and we'll give you guys Twitter updates on that as well. It's going to be a fun night, man. How about that?
Yep, big day for football, man.
That's awesome. And then Thursday, August the 21st, is the last practice open to the public. It's going to be a joint practice with the Seattle Seahawks at 10:30 a.m. Ray Nitschke Field. Get ready. There will be fights every year.
Get ready to go.
So, and hopefully none of them run like that cat that was faced off against Adrian Peterson. So when you look at family night, it's going to be August the 2nd. And the very next week on August the 9th at 7 p.m., we got a home game against the New York Football Jets. And then August 16th, we travel to the Indianapolis Colts. I might try to go to that. I think we got direct flights to Indy.
Nice.
I might do that.
Call up Pat McAfee. Maybe he'll let you borrow the suite or something, you know?
There you go.
Emilio, why don't you and Clayton go to that game, cover it on the 16th? It sounds like me and Tim are going to be going to the 23rd game.
Nice.
To see the Seattle game. So just saying.
I wish I had my
boots
Kevin
on the
Malone,
ground.
my Kevin Malone pick. What is Seattle?
We need to do some Tom Brady voodoo on the weather there, Emilio, and get let's say the week of the 3rd through the 9th, we get the worst drought in Tennessee history. That
Right.
way we
Yep.
just skip over the yards
Mhm.
on the weekend and make it 16.
Yep. Yeah. You mow it that week during the drought, and then that next week you're golden. You don't even need to show up.
Here's a little secret too, guys, for those of you who want to get in the mowing business. You plan your vacation this way, right? When you see a drought coming up within 2 weeks, you go, all right, the week before, put that sucker all the way to the ground.
I knew you were going to say it. Cut it at 1.
Cut it
You're over there
in.
cutting putting greens on people's.
Yeah, dude. The next day, you'll get the text rolling in. I don't think mine needs it this week. It's pretty brown. I bet it is.
Yeah, told the weed eater to burn the edges too. We're good to go, man.
That's it. So there you go. There is your training camp schedule, preseason schedule, all that good stuff. I'm excited, man. This is going to be a fun year. And again, I think we're one step closer to competing for a Super Bowl. I think this is the year that the window officially opens. Last year, I know I caught a lot of hell for it, but I was pretty vocal. And man, I don't know. It's just, I think we'll have a good team, 10 to 13 wins, but I never, a team can get hot. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't feel like we had a legit shot to compete for the Super Bowl last year. And I thought we somewhat overachieved personally. And I know people look at it like it was a down year because we didn't get a playoff win last year like we did the year prior. But I don't think anybody was expecting us to go into Dallas, just absolutely beat the brakes off of Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. So for me, I feel like the team is a little bit older. I think these guys that obviously were much younger last year. You won one more year in the offensive system, one more year in the defensive system. I think you improved the defensive line coach. Time will tell if that's the case with Coach Covington. I think Edgerrin Cooper is set to have a big year. I think Quay Walker, if he stays healthy, will have a good year. I think he'll have his best year to date. If the contract isn't done, he's going to be playing for his career. You know what I mean? Like he's going to be playing for his next contract. So there's going to be some extra incentive there as well. So, that's going to be, as Drew said here, come on, Love, take that next step like we know you can. If he does too, Drew. And here's the thing, Drew. Do what you did last year and reduce the interceptions by 5. If you can do that and you finish the year 32 touchdowns, 6 or 7 interceptions, something like that, this team probably going to win 2 more games. I mean, that was the common denominator when we went back through those really important games that we lost last year, was just throwing 1 or 2 many, 1 to 2 too many interceptions in those games, and they ended up being kind of the difference in the game. What I'm really excited about, though, is week 1, obviously against the Detroit Lions. I think we've got some extra. Another thing here at the top, guys, if you guys ever need it, and I'm not on here, this is the NFC North 2025 schedule. A little bit blurry, but you can see how it all lays out by week. Pretty cool little graphic there, right? And then also weeks 1 through 6 we now have up here. This is a really cool graphic from Nerding on NFL. This shows you the entire NFL schedule that week. And I love how it's slotted in, right? So like
week 5 bye. Wow, I forgot.
What's that?
We got a week 5 bye.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We drew the short straw this year, I guess.
Yeah. So you can kind of see how everything lays out in the time frame, what channel it's on, all that good stuff. So I think there's a good chance that Sunday, probably already being confirmed, I would imagine, that September 7th matchup against the Detroit Lions on CBS, that would probably be Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. I don't know about you guys. I like them. I love hearing them call a game. I know Tony Romo catches a lot of hell. They say he's out there drunk. He's on the sauce while he's calling the game. I think he does a good job. That's going to be fun. But look at the week of football there in week 1. You're going to have the Cowboys going into Philadelphia. They're going to show their banner and everything, right? Their ring ceremony, all that good stuff will be that week, I would imagine. So we get to see the Eagles potentially beat up on the Cowboys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Home on Thursday night. And then on Friday night, you got Pat Mahomes and Justin Herbert. I've noticed that the guys here on the show, I'm going to get y'all's take on this too. I've noticed y'all are way, way lower on Justin Herbert than I am. Now, I'm not saying he's a top 5 quarterback, but I think he is a top 10 quarterback. I feel like he's in that top 10. Am I wrong in that assessment of how you guys feel about him? Where would you rank Justin Herbert? Just right off the bat, not studying anything. Give me a number. It don't matter. Jacob, I'll let you go first. You seem like you're probably the most vocal when it comes to Justin Herbert in that regard.
I would say he's from rankings 12 to 15, somewhere in there.
Got it. Emilio?
I'd say it's probably from like 6 to 9.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, I was going to say 8 to 10.
Yeah, and I think he's a top 10 quarterback too. I do. So what you're going to have is an aging Pat Mahomes, which last year people would say that he wasn't as good as he has been in the past. Pat Mahomes against Justin Herbert, who is set to be, like we said, some of us think he's a top 10 quarterback. I think that's going to be a good matchup, man. Friday Night Football on YouTube TV. That's going to be exclusive to YouTube TV. That'll be fun. And then, of course, that week 1 slate of games there. Pittsburgh at the Jets.
Revenge tour.
Oh, it is a revenge, though.
Yeah,
right?
Come on now. Don't be farting on that, Clay.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go.
right. That part was not warranted.
It's even better because it's Rodgers again and Fields.
Yeah.
No, it's Rodgers against his former team that made him fly across the country just to tell him to, the door combination changed and you're not welcome here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Y'all just sold me on that.
How much do you think that house move
And
cost?
we know, Aaron's not the type of guy to have a chip on his shoulder, right?
Nah.
So that 1 o'clock window is that'll be the game to watch there for sure. Then we get into the Fox games in that same 1 o'clock window. What catches your eye there? Was we got Bengals at the Browns. Baker at Atlanta. Who said that, Jacob?
Yeah.
Jacob, who said that?
I don't know, but they're dead to me.
So you're going to have Baker going into Atlanta. That actually might be a good game, to be honest with you. That's probably the game out of that.
Revenge game. Come on, man.
And then in the 4 o'clock window, of course, at 4:05, you got the Titans at the Broncos. Don't really care.
Yeah.
49ers at the Seahawks. Could care less. 4:25. What that tells me is you got your 20 minutes, Jacob, to go downstairs, use the bathroom, get something to eat. Wash your hands before you get something to eat after you use the bathroom. But then you got
brush
the Texans.
Brush the crumbs out of the beard, right?
There you go. You got the Texans at the Rams. That might be a sneaky good game, but we know we're going to be watching Lions at the Packers. Then wrapping up the first Sunday slate of games in week 1 is going to be the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson traveling to the Buffalo Bills facing Josh Allen. That's going to be a blast. So we get to watch Jair play with the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. And then Monday Night Football, Vikings at the Bears. Do y'all enjoy those NFC North matchups as much as I do?
Yeah.
you just want both of them to look like crap. You know what I mean? Fall flat on
they tie. I hope they freaking tie.
Yeah. 2-2, right, Tim?
That's
2-2.
Yeah, 2 safeties, and that's it.
What do you think, Emilio? What do you think about that week 1 slate, man? It looks pretty good, no?
That's a nice slate. I mean, they talked about it, 272 games or something like that. They had to plan it out, got to make sure that everybody gets it, and they guessed right having Rodgers go to the Steelers. And I mean, I think the schedule makers are happy with the way it laid out, honestly. And it's pretty spread out. You're not overlapping too many games that you'd be worried about, missing. But yeah, a couple of divisionals in there, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, completely agree. All right, anything else here with the schedule y'all want to look at, boys, before we wrap up? Anything at all? Good? All right. That's it. That's the show. Appreciate everybody. This was a lot of fun. Again, we're going to be doing a giveaway this Saturday. The autographed Luke Musgrave card. Just make sure you're a member of the $3 tier in our Patreon group. We'll put your name on the wheel and spin it, see if who's the lucky winner. We'll give a shout out to Mountain Man Pack, who was the winner of the Enigbare card. So we've got 3 cards going out this month. This will be the 4th going out. And then we will also have the autographed Dorsey Levens jersey going out to one of the lucky people who donated to this awesome cause that we've got going on over here, where we are giving away this autographed Dorsey Levens jersey, donating to My Autism Connection. Basically, for every $5 you donate there, go into that link there, givebudder.com/KRPSJ5. Just click on my Twitter account at Packers_access. You'll see the link in there to take you directly to it. For every $5 you donate, you'll be entered in the contest 1 time. So that's a jersey that I paid for, and got the certificate of authenticity, all that good stuff. So when can we donate to Mac until S2O for this? Up until the last day of June, we're gonna run it all the way through the month of June there, 2-0 for this. So again, that's just we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna give it away. We'll probably do the first Saturday of July is when we will do the giveaway and announce it here live on here. And that's My Autism Connection, building hope, community, and independence for autistic adults. All right. Anything else, boys? We good?
Good.
All right. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Again, shout out to AFAM's mom. Appreciate you hanging out in the chat.
Nice lady. Real
we
nice.
didn't see her in here tonight, did we?
Yeah, she's at the club tonight.
Hey, fam, take your mom to get her hair done, man. What are you doing?
That's it. We're out. Appreciate everybody. As always, feels weird saying this after y'all made fun of AFAM's mom. Let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go Pack, go.
Here we go. Bye, guys.